The Minnesota Vikings are facing a tough challenge right now, and it's hard not to feel the weight of their struggles. When it rains, it pours, and the Vikings are certainly living proof of that old saying. After a crushing loss to the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday night, the team received more bad news. Their young quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, has suffered an ankle injury and will be sidelined for their upcoming Week 3 game against the Cincinnati Bengals. This development was confirmed by head coach Kevin O'Connell on Monday afternoon, who also shared that the team will reassess McCarthy's condition after the game. In the meantime, veteran backup Carson Wentz is set to take the reins as the starting quarterback. O'Connell was clear that McCarthy's absence is purely due to injury and not related to his performance. When asked if McCarthy's play factored into the decision to sit him out, O'Connell responded emphatically, "No, not at all." He expressed how disappointing the news was, especially given McCarthy's promising progress. "For JJ, this is a long journey with ups and downs," O'Connell explained, highlighting the emotional roller coaster the young QB has been on. The past few weeks have been a whirlwind for McCarthy. He started the season with a slow offensive showing in Week 1, but quickly turned into a hero during his national TV debut. Shortly after, he celebrated a personal milestone, welcoming his newborn son, Micah McCarthy. But then came the tough loss on Sunday night, compounded by his ankle injury. O'Connell detailed the play that led to McCarthy's injury. It happened on a 2nd and 20 in the third quarter. Third-string left tackle Walter Rouse was overwhelmed by rookie Falcons edge rusher James Pierce, forcing McCarthy to scramble left. As he tried to escape, linebacker Caden Ellis caught up from behind and fell on McCarthy's ankle, causing the injury. Despite the pain, McCarthy stayed in the game after being taped up on the sidelines as the medical tent was occupied. However, the true severity of the injury only became clear the next morning. "It's heartbreaking," O'Connell admitted. "You want every day to be about growth and learning, especially after seeing what JJ showed us in that opener against Chicago. We couldn't replicate that effort yesterday, and there were moments that could have changed the outcome." This injury brings back memories of last fall when McCarthy suffered a torn meniscus in his first preseason game. While this ankle injury is different in nature, it reignites some of the pre-draft doubts about his durability. Like many young quarterbacks drafted high, McCarthy arrived in the NFL without being fully polished. Unlike Trey Lance or Anthony Richardson, who had fewer than 400 college pass attempts, McCarthy threw 713 passes at Michigan against top-tier competition. Still, that number is about half of what some other college quarterbacks like Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix Jr., and Bo Nix achieved. The Vikings had hoped McCarthy could start the 2024 season by playing scout team quarterback, giving him plenty of low-pressure reps to study complex defenses and practice different throws. Unfortunately, the torn meniscus derailed that plan, and now this ankle injury will further delay his ability to find a consistent offensive rhythm. So, how will the offense look with Carson Wentz stepping in? Wentz joined the Vikings less than a month ago, and it's natural to wonder how smoothly he can run the team's intricate system. O'Connell expressed confidence, saying the coaching staff wouldn't have changed their play calls if Wentz had played Monday night. This is partly because Wentz's previous experience with Rams head coach Sean McVay means there's some overlap in terminology and concepts. "He was really impressive in practice last week," O'Connell said. "You could feel his veteran presence and command. He's very smart and has played a lot of football. Wentz hasn't been a full-time starter since 2021, when he threw for over 3,500 yards and 27 touchdowns with the Indianapolis Colts. His arm strength remained solid, and the Rams utilized his mobility well. However, accuracy, field vision, and decisiveness have been ongoing concerns. But quarterback play is only part of the problem. The Vikings' offensive line continues to struggle. Veteran center Ryan Kelly is currently in concussion protocol, And while early signs are positive, this marks his fourth known concussion in 10 years. His backup, Michael Jurgens, a former 7th-round pick, has had difficulty holding the line. There's also uncertainty about whether elite left tackle Christian Darrisaw will be available for Sunday. If he's out, the Vikings will have to start either Justin Skule or Walter Rouse against Bengals star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson. According to Pro Football Focus, Skule has the worst pass rush efficiency rating among all tackles, which doesn't inspire confidence. The interior line isn't much better. Rookie left guard Donovan Jackson and priority signee right guard Will Fries have both been inconsistent. Fries, in particular, ranks second worst in pass rush efficiency among 65 qualified guards. On top of that, right tackle Brian O'Neill made at least one mental error that contributed to McCarthy's fumble on Sunday. Adding to the team's woes, running back Aaron Jones is nursing a hamstring injury, and the Vikings face an upcoming overseas game, which can be physically and mentally taxing. The storm the Vikings must weather in the short term is intense. This situation raises many questions. If Wentz ignites the offense, will the Vikings stick with him? Given their short-term investment, how will McCarthy respond to being sidelined? And if Wentz, who has dealt with over 10 injuries since his 2016 debut, gets hurt, can undrafted quarterback Max Brosmer, who showed promise in training camp, step up? These are tough questions to face so early in the 2025 season. As O'Connell reminded everyone Sunday night, there are still many games left to play. The Vikings stumbled out of the gate 2 years ago, but managed to recover. This time, the climb might be even steeper. What do you think? Should the Vikings give Wentz a longer look if he performs well, or stick with McCarthy as their long-term investment? And how much should injuries factor into these decisions? Share your thoughts below. This is a debate worth having.